Hello and welcome to the new Power BI tutorial video, and in this video I want to show you how you can get the previous nth row value dynamically. So in my previous videos I have shown you the scenarios that I was covering is how you can get the previous, then we have looked at the nth row where we can specify, but your user may come back and say, oh, I want to have the control in my hand and I want to see the dates based on what I'm selecting, and that's basically the max that you can give it to your end user. So how you can enable that? So if you remember, but if not, then these were the two calculations that we did related to the fourth scenario and the second scenario. So if I show you the fourth scenario one, what it has is it's basically a calculation based on the dates. So in front of fifth we are having third because we are going two step back. So minus 1 is basically two step back, starting from 0, which is one step back, right? So so over here minus 1, minus 2 is basically three step back. So that is the scenario that we are having. Earlier in the fourth scenario, this is basically manual that a developer is specifying based on the requirement. But if the requirement is changing and your user is saying now I want to basically control this, then how I can do this, right? So this function or this formula is doing nothing, but the based on the order dates, it is checking whether the current date is less than the order date, the previous date, and based on that it gives us the order date, right? So in front of fifth we get third, in front of sixth we get fourth, and based on the previous date we can get values as well, right? By storing this function into a variable, you can then play it around a lot. Okay. So once you have this, what I want to do is I want to create a new formula. So I'm copying these because this is related to scenario number 5, and I want to make sure that scenario number 5 is being called out here, so that if let's say 3 months from now, 6 months from now I'm seeing this, then I'm able to reference, okay, this is the scenario and the formula that is related to the scenario number 5. Okay, so I have done that. For now I will click OK, right? Because what I need to do is I need to create a parameter. So I need to go in modeling, new parameter, numeric range, and previous date in this case, starting from 0, increment by 1, maximum 20. Looks like okay, right? In your case, if you want to go beyond that, you can go beyond and change these values. And I think I'm okay with this for this demonstration perspective. So what it will going to do is it will bring the slicer, right, nth previous value, and I can change the slicer value, right? One right now 1, this is 8, and so on and so forth, right? So let me bring that to 0 first of all, and this basically creates this table as well, which has nth previous date and nth previous date value. So we will going to use this one, the value, to basically bring it into the formula. So what do I have is this function. Rather than saying minus 1, I will say nth value over here. And once I do that, right, it basically modify my fifth function, and I select this table and I just try to bring it over here, and the date is now present here. So right now it is 0, so you can see that this one is 2 days back, that's why in front of fifth you are getting third, but this one is just the previous day, so in front of fourth we are getting this. Now I increase this 2 step, so now you have 3 in front of 6, but this one just a 2 days back, this is 3 days. Then you increase more, right? You will keep seeing that your dates is now dynamically changing. So in front of 14th you have third because you have gone 11 step back. So make sure you count 0 in this because that's the first step back. So that is something which I wanted to show you, how very easily you can give the control in the hand of the end user. They can select this, you can use this date to either show the date or show any value that is specific to this date, right? If you have any confusion, ask me in the question, but that's what I wanted to show you. Now I'll meet you in the next video with a new topic. And just before I leave, if you want to grab this workbook, information is in the description. If you want this data set that I'm using, then the information is in the description where I have the data set. In the data set folder, I have the data set sheet. In the row number 19, I have this sample superstore data set. Along with that, I am maintaining all of my Power BI video here in this easy to access file where you can search any of my 300 plus videos and jump onto the video using the video link present over here. With that, you have all the information in your hand. Make sure you go ahead and learn it and satisfy your learning objectives. With that, thank you so much. I'll meet you in the next video with a new topic.